Welcome to First Issues. So, you have an idea to start a business. With the cost of living escalating, it is actually encouraged to have more than one stream of income. But just the same, you may just be wanting to achieve your lifelong dream of being a successful business owner. Worth noting and acknowledging, however, is that starting a business comes with its own risks, and sometimes this risk is financial.
While that may seem logical, it can be quite detrimental in the long run. Entrepreneurs have found themselves financially embattled because they did not protect their personal finances, ending up highly indebted, cash repossessed, and sometimes homeless. So how do you avoid the same happening to you? How do you protect your personal finances when starting a business? Chartered Financial Analyst Malik Shehu is on First Issues.
Malik, thank you so much for coming on First Issues and affording us your time. We brought you onto the program today to talk about managing personal finances when starting out a business. And for the purpose of this conversation, perhaps you could define what personal finances are or is.
Hi, Bonatsaho. Thank you for having me. So personal finances, as the name suggests, is your money. All right. Now, when you talk about personal finances in context to something else, it's your money versus someone else's money. So, for example, if you're talking about a business whereby you are a sole proprietor or you own a business, then your personal finances is the money that you use to take care of your personal needs. So whether it's your expenses like your food, your groceries, your electricity and everything, those are your personal expenses, your personal needs for your person. Basically, because at the end of the day, when we in business, we look at things as entities, for example. So everything is an entity on its own. So your own entity, you have to take care of yourself. And if you have a business, then it's its own entity and you have to take care of it with its own money. So it should take care of itself with its own money.
But then you are starting out a business, right? And you need capital to start that business. Okay. So then how do you make sure that your personal finances or your personal money does not get muddled in with the capital for the business?
So I think that's a very good question to ask, because you find out that people always mix business with personal stuff. Now, when you start out your business, the money that you're going to use as capital, many a times it's your money, maybe from your savings, and you're using that money to start your business and to grow your business. You need proper accounting records to figure out the capital that comes in. So that will be your capital for starting your business, and from there you have to ensure that that money is what you are using for the business. Don't start mixing money from outside inside, and if you do, record it. You need to ensure that the money for your business is the money for your business. Your personal finances are your personal finances. Try not to mix the both of them, because when you do, then you can find out, for example, if you're making a profit or not, because now you would see you're putting money inside and you think, oh, the business is doing well. But if you strip out all the money that you've put in from your personal finances and just remember the initial capital, you find out that maybe your business is making a loss.
I like that you say that if you're going to be needing to take in your personal finances into the business, then you need to record. But under what circumstances should you be doing that? That is, using your personal finances to continue, maybe not continually, but to fund the business at some point after you have taken out your savings to start it.
Well, when you're starting a business, it won't always succeed like that. It needs time to grow, because you may find out that you're entering into a market that maybe other competitors are in there, or it's too new. So in any business cycle, things go up, things go down, right? So when you start out, there is no guarantee that you are going to be successful in your business. We hope that you are, but there's a chance that it can be a wipeout, or there's a chance that you may need to feed it some more until it grows. Now, under what circumstances is when now it cannot sustain itself. So think of your business as your baby, all right? As a toddler, it can grow up, but you can also, if you give it, a juicy bottle thing to drink milk or drink juice, it can do that on its own, but it cannot survive just on that. It needs food, which you have to cook and everything. So if you use that analogy, you need to understand that at some point in time, your business may not be able to sustain itself because maybe sales are low, there may be a hiccup that you did not anticipate, and it needs money from somewhere. Sometimes it may be sustainable, for argument's sake, it's doing quite well, but you need to expand, right? So it's not necessarily only when it's in trouble, but when you feel like it has a growth potential and it needs to expand, then you can put in more capital or you can get money. Because remember, capital is a mixture of both debt and equity. So you can put money from your own personal savings, or you can take debt and then you put that inside there as well. But you have to pay back the debt at some point. Yeah.
Let us close our conversation with a word or two on what you think the key takeaway from our conversation should be.
Do not mix business and your personal stuff. Number one, treat your business as its own person. Okay? You would not borrow someone money over and over again. If that's the case, then do that to your business again. If your business is bleeding you dry and you see yourself putting in a lot of money but nothing is happening, go back to the drawing board. It may be a good business idea, but maybe just something is amiss, and that's why you're spending so much money. The whole point of business, it's an investment at the end of the day. When you talk about investments, you can invest in the stocks, bonds, and everything. Entrepreneurship is also an investment. As an investor, you want to be able to earn a return on your investment. To earn that return on your investment, you need to record and track everything that's going into it and everything that's coming out of it. So this is where now your accounting comes in, your accounting ratios, your financial ratios, debt ratios, and so on and so forth. Figure out how to track that, because then that's when you will know if you are losing money or actually making money. So track your expenses, track your profits, track the capital and the cash flows that you're putting into it, track everything. And then sit down one day and then understand, am I making money? Am I losing money? And then you can then go back to the drawing board if need be.